I hadn't been working out for quite a while before I came to Fitness Together. I used to go and do a lot of aerobics, which was, at my age, it was the thing at that time. But as I aged, I started developing back problems and other problems, and I didn't want to keep up with all that bouncing and jumping. And so for many years I didn't do anything, and I started gaining a lot of weight and was very unhappy with myself, boredom eating, and I found Fitness Together just one day walking past it and came in and said, this is it, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take the initiative and jump into this, and I've never looked back. It's fabulous. It just has, my life is busier now than it was when I first started here. I'm involved in many more things, and I have a lot more time and energy because I come to Fitness Together. I'm very happy.
Yep. And I started one day after she did her assessment. She said, you're going to do this too. I've been battling high cholesterol for my whole life, or my older life, and began doing Fitness Together, and it has dramatically helped my cholesterol. I've been on medication and remain on some medication, but my dosage is very low, and my cholesterol has been very manageable.
Well, in the first 6 months of working here, your cholesterol, or was it maybe a little more?
Dropped 60 point drop by exercising. So that was my main motivation. Before that, I was an active person, but active.
You thought you were active.
Well, I thought I was active, and I was active in the way that a lot of guys my age are, in that they do things in spurts. We work outside, or we do some sport, but we do it very intensely, and it's not a regimen. And what I shortly found out after starting here was that I needed to build up my core, and I needed to build up, there are a lot of things besides just explosive sports where you're doing something quickly, but much more overall whole body health. And I originally got into it thinking, well, I'll do this for a while and then I'll be done with it. I'll learn it and I'll be back in shape.
There's no. The day he told me, he said, "Oh, I've been doing this for 6 weeks. I can quit now." I said, "Okay, go ahead." That was 4 years ago. Yes,
there's no way I could stop doing what I do with the guidance of the fitness staff here.
No way. Can't stop.
If I could do it on my own, I would have been in health and shape years and years ago on my own. It's the discipline of having encouragement and having people continually remind you how to do the exercises the right way to get the most out of it. Because naturally, we all try to make it a little easier, and the trainers correct that.
I wasn't concerned that it was going to take up too much of my time. I had time. I needed to redirect my time. I needed to make my time that I had available more productive for myself. I was finding that I just fell into old habits, and I'd slough off this, and I didn't have the energy to do things, and I knew that once I got back into it, it would help me a lot. I now, because even though I had a lot of time before, I even have more time now. I have more energy, I get more done, I have a more positive attitude about anything. It's always been a positive, never a negative for me.
Yeah, I was concerned about the amount of time, and I came into it concerned about that. What I found out was that the days that I worked out, I ended up getting a lot more accomplished. Instead of, doing putsy things for a while in the morning and getting going slowly, once I exercise, I really hit the road running, and I can get a lot more accomplished the days that I work out. I find now that instead of scheduling haphazardly, I make meetings fit this schedule rather than the other way around, because this is more important. This has now become a priority for me, that other things get scheduled around it. And that I never thought was going to happen. I never would have guessed that. We do travel. We try to schedule things in ahead of time. We find out that we do work out occasionally when we're traveling at some of the places. But we make extra time available to come in and work out.
Working with a trainer, absolutely. One, it guides you to correctly position how to do something so you don't injure yourself. 2, it keeps you motivated because they don't let you slow down. 3, it's a commitment to yourself that I think they help you stay with. They are as interested in helping you be a better person as you are. Probably more so because they don't let up, and that's a wonderful thing about it. And I'm committed to, because I make an appointment, because I have a standing appointment, or because I have scheduled into my life 4 days a week that I'm coming here, and I have made it a certain time every day, I'm committed to that time, and I know that I have someone on the other side that's waiting for me, and so I feel responsible to them and to myself to be there.
Yeah, there's certain times of the year you just get busier and you go, oh, I'll make it up later, and you'd never come back if you did it on your own. Being committed to it, you end up saying, no, and it has become a priority for us now, where we schedule around this rather than the other way around.